And welcome back. We're at the CodeMash here live, Web Matrix show. I'm Mark Brown, and I've got with me Ryan Ozimek. He's the president of Open Source Matters. This is the open source foundation for Joomla and the Joomla community. Welcome, Ryan.
Thank you very much.
Hey, so tell me, let's talk about Joomla kind of in a broad context. Tell me really, explain kind of Joomla and the whole design philosophy around Joomla itself as a web CMS, and maybe talk a little bit about how that kind of drives the community around the work you guys do.
Yeah, in fact, I would almost posit it slightly differently. It's the community that's really driving for the CMS. You know, it's this unique environment of, you know, social development and engineering coming together. It's just it's cool to watch a community that doesn't have a benevolent dictator. We don't have some major corporate backer. We've got a nonprofit organization that helps like the legal and the financial pieces of it, but really it's just the passion of folks that really want to do good work for the development of the code, pushing forward on marketing and getting the word out. So I just feel lucky to be able to sit up here and chat with you about it, because there's lots of folks out there that are just coming together to make it happen. There's no one leader at all.
So it's the ultimate distributed model, I guess, in terms of a community around a single cause, I guess, in that sense.
And we're succeeding. It's great to see that happening. It's great to see us moving forward.
Yeah, well, you got a very passionate community for sure. I follow a lot of folks in the Joomla community, and they definitely are very passionate about what's going on. So obviously some new stuff for you guys with Joomla 1.6 coming out. You want to talk to me about some of the great features and other things that are popping with Joomla in version 1.6 now?
Yeah, when you've got something, you know, like I say, cooking in the oven for 3 years, there's a little bit for everything, or there's a lot for everybody now. You know, designers, developers, content managers and implementers are going to have a good time with it. For our developers, a lot of changes have happened under the hood, especially a new focus on the platform project, the decoupling of the framework from the core CMS application. That's going to allow us to move beyond the CMS using the Joomla framework for a lot of cool new things. For site implementers, for the people that are trying to get sites up and running, moving into the enterprise, the ability to use our new access control list, a much more powerful yet flexible and elegant way to manage users, groups, and permissions on a Joomla site. We had a more structured version before, but now listening to the needs of our community and reaching up to enterprise and government organizations, we see a big change there.
So kind of a drive to get Joomla behind the firewall, it sounds like, right?
Essentially, yeah. We've already seen some big success. You know, we've got huge enterprises like eBay and others that are working on it. We got folks like Microsoft that are signed our contributor agreement that are helping out in writing some code, and it's great to kind of see that moving forward. But at the same time, you know, a good base of folks that are just, you know, the average content managers are able to use the flexibility that we have in our categorization system. So you used to have this really rigorous sections and categories, and that was the only way you could manage your content and organize it. Now you've got an unlimited level of nested categories, which for folks that are just trying to keep content organized on a site, it's a great addition to it.
Yeah, so a lot more flexibility in terms of how do you want to architecture your information store within there.
And the one last thing is designers. We've got amazing template designers out there that are doing terrific work and really pushing the edge of what we can do with design on a CMS, using a really XHTML focused output on our views in Joomla 1.6 means that we're not using the old school versions of, you know, table-based design. Divs and CSS are now driving our design views in the core. So it's nice, big benefits.
Really important, and keeps the designers happy too,
yes,
doesn't
exactly. They want to use the best and the newest technology. We got to give it to them.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I just want to let you know, if you guys have questions online, just send a tweet to is it @webcamps. We'll get them up here, and then I can ask Ryan here some questions while we're online here. So I tell that there's actually some even more cool news around Joomla 1.6 and Microsoft here. You want to tell us all about it?
Yeah, breaking news. My phone was vibrating from the tweets coming in. Terrific news from Microsoft is that Joomla 1.6, the latest version of Joomla, is now up and live in the web gallery.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that just happened seconds ago. So I encourage you folks that have access to the web gallery to make sure to go there, download it, check it out, and use it. We're really proud of the work the community's done the last 3 years. Even better to get into the hands of folks that are using the web gallery system with Microsoft.
Yeah, and you know, we're really excited as well when we signed that Joomla contributor agreement. to be able to contribute in code for being able to leverage the WinCache, right? So
Yep.
WinCache is kind of our open source PHP extension for caching, so you can get opcode caching for PHP, file cache, session cache, lots of cool features within there, but it just increases the stability and the performance, you know, for running Joomla on Windows and iOS. So really, really excited about that. Glad that we can actually contribute into the Joomla project, and I'm so excited that we've got Joomla 1.6 in there now, and it's even better and faster on our platform.
And it's exciting too, because we've got developers in our community that are working with your team and others to make sure that we've got Joomla running on SQL Server or SQL Server Azure, and the folks at Hadoop and other folks in the community that are helping to make that happen. Again, it's just great to see that all come together here.
I think that's great, and it's wonderful to see Joomla take a more holistic approach to kind of the platforms and the databases they're going to be running on, because I think it helps grow the community, right? So that people that are out there and building Joomla sites for a living can expose themselves to a broader array of customers, right? Who may have requirements around that stuff. I see it all the time where, someone will come to me and say, can you help me out, because this customer won't deploy MySQL in their server room or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, let's let's see what I can do, right? So.
Yeah, I have a chance to travel around a lot, and when I talk to folks that are in large corporations or large government agencies, they don't always have the flexibility in choosing the the web applications or the databases of their choosing. So to be able to help them move forward with the platforms they've got, that's where we want to be. So that's exciting.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. Yeah. Let's see, well, what else do we want to talk about here today? Tell me, I guess, about, I don't know, what do we want to talk about today? How's Sam doing?
Sam's doing great. The poor
hey, Sam.
The poor areas down there in Australia. We're feeling for you here.
Yeah.
It's cold up here, but we don't have the torrential rain you guys are getting.
Or mud.
Yeah. Sam and Andrew, a couple of the key guys from the project, are down there in a really tough area. And the nights that we were really pushing hard to get 1.6 out the door, they were in the thick of a natural disaster. See those folks just like.
It was amazing to get
up.
emails or see emails from him. When he's digging out of mud.
Yeah.
Down in Toowoomba there.
Yeah.
So,
what's nice about what our developers are doing, the production leadership team, is just to see them helping us elevate Joomla away from just being a CMS and saying, there's a CMS spectrum that you can play that game on, and who can build the next best commenting widget. But really, what I see our production leadership team doing is moving us forward into a whole new realm of opportunities where we can go to the enterprises, we can go to government agencies, and we can say, you know what, we're not just offering a CMS. Start there. That's a great place to begin. But with the platform project, the opportunities are endless for mobile apps, moving more into the cloud, integrating with other databases that are not normally seen in the open source world. Love to see more of that happen.
Are you seeing more commercial work around Joomla, whether it's creating themes or other types of vertical types of integrations? I mean, contributing obviously to the project and stuff, but more of a commercial focus around some of that? Is that?
Yeah, we're starting to see a bit of a distribution movement happening. There are some companies that are focused on certain verticals, say nonprofit organizations, or those working in government agencies, those working with very large corporations. And I think we're at the early stages of that now, and the opportunities are really going to be endless as we continue to drive forward on that platform project as well.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, so we got a question from Twitter here. What more will Microsoft and Joomla do together in the future? That's a great question. What would you like to do? I
would really like to see Joomla continue to be adopted more in the Microsoft world. I kind of feel here, this is my first time at CodeMash. There's a lot of .NET developers, people that are very comfortable in the Microsoft platform, and we like to say, there's an offering here that's another open source offering to check out, to use, and now that we're in the web gallery and other places, it's just great to see that continue to grow. And obviously, if there are ways in which Microsoft and Open Source Matters and the Joomla project can work together to continue to spread the word to developers about how they can use Joomla, how easy it is to be up and running with a platform that's democratizing and helps people spread the word about what they're doing, I think it'd be fabulous.
I think it is too. I think that's going to be the last word for it. So Ryan, thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you.
It was great spending some time with you today.